Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again. As always, I thought tonight, my friends, we should go through a certain case that's been doing the rounds over the last couple of days over on social media. It involves a young Ukrainian woman from Charlotte, North Carolina, I believe it was. Please do correct me in the comments if I'm wrong with that. Who boarded a train around about 10 p.m. after finishing a shift at her work. Sat down on the train, basically looked at her phone, and about 5 minutes later, some barbaric arsehole decided to mortally wound her with a bladed implement, completely unprovoked. And I thought we'd just run through the general consensus as to why this man did what he did, and the lack of outrage from certain media corporations. A young Ukrainian refugee who fled the war for safety in the United States was fatally injured in what police described as a random attack on a Charlotte light rail train, as reported by the New York Post. Do apologise for my voice, guys, it's gone. I'm not quite sure what's going on with it, but there we go. Irana Zuratra, I believe that's how you pronounce it, 23, had been working at a pizzeria and was still in her uniform when she boarded the Lynx Blue Line at 9:46 p.m. on August 22nd. Surveillance footage released by the Charlotte Area Transit System shows her quietly scrolling through her phone, unaware of the danger behind her. Just 4 minutes later, 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown Jr., a homeless ex-convict, allegedly lunged forward with a folded bladed implement, injuring Zaruchka 3 times at least, once in the neck, police said. Now, I've seen this video of this specific attack over on Twitter yesterday. It's not something you want to go out and have a look at, but it is widely available over on X. You could see a certain crimson liquid dripping from this man's hand as he was taking off the hoodie he was wearing that was obviously covered in a certain crimson liquid. Now, the general consensus, as always with attacks like these, guys, is mental health. Now, let's just take that as gospel, simply for argument's sake, right? Let's say this man was completely fucking doolally and had some kind of psychotic episode and thought she was a demon or something like that. I want to question the health service procedure, not just over in America, but over here in the UK as well. You see, I'd say about 100 years ago, we used to have these big grey buildings called asylums, right? And we used to keep people in there who were a danger to themselves and a danger to the public, and they were incarcerated in there for most of their natural lives. Now, in this day and age, it's all about bouncy, fluffy human rights and it's not his fault and medications and all that shit, and we try and integrate these people back into society. Now, that's all fine and well when you get a psychiatrist who medicates someone with severe paranoid schizophrenia or something like that and introduces them back into the world, gets them a job in Sainsbury's, for example, on the cashier desk or pushing around trolleys, something like that. But what actually happens when one of these people, one of these dangerous, potentially dangerous people, suddenly decides one day to stop taking their medication, or they suddenly decide to stop following the program that was provided for them by their mental health team? It is a massive risk. Just as this poor woman, 23 years old, I mean, just look at her, guys. She is gorgeous, right? I don't mean that in a perverted way. I mean, it's obvious. Her life has been snuffed out, 23 years old, by some fucking barbaric maniac. Now, if indeed he is mentally ill, I have to go back to what I just spoke about before. Why is he not incarcerated? And why is he knocking around public transport late at night, walking around with a folded, bladed implement? Mental health needs an entire reform. In the Western world, we've got to drop all this nicey, bouncy, fluffy way of dealing with people who have severe psychotic mental instabilities. Some people you simply cannot reform. Some people need to be behind bars, behind a locked door for the rest of their life. That's just the way it is. There's no human rights. It's not their fault and all this bollocks. No. Public safety needs to be put first. It must be paramount. Me personally, this attack, I believe it's racially motivated. I really do. A white girl sits in front of him and he instantly decides to kill her. I think it's all down to skin colour. I honestly do. The general consensus, as I said, is mental health, some kind of schizophrenia, some kind of paranoid schizophrenia. I think that's horseshit. It's always used the mental health card when something like this happens. And I'm astonished by the media silence. This should be a major story, especially over in the United States. I've got my VPN set to the USA, so when I Google something, it comes up with American articles, and they are just so sparse. They are so few and far between. I had to read that little snippet there from the Hindu Times, I believe, or some Indian news article that was pushing this story. The same here over in the UK. I think it's about 3 or 4 newspapers that's running with this particular story. Now cast your minds back just a few short months when that black guy got restrained on the underground train by that guy with the curly hair. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. That was huge news the world over, simply for protecting his fellow passengers. That man was demonised and called, racist and Hitler and all the rest of it. It was big news. It was on every single news outlet. This, on the other hand, a poor innocent young white girl is brutally butchered by some fucking maniac, and you have to go digging on Google to find it. Really is no justice, guys. I do wish this young girl's family over in the UK and the Ukraine even, excuse me, all my best, and I have my sincere condolences. Now before I go, my friends, there's something I want to tell you. Over the weekend I ordered one of them DNA kits from MyHeritage, you know, the ones that says your overall ethnicity, you know, if you're 10% this, 5% that, 100% white British, which I hope mine comes back with. I've ordered one, so when I get my results back, I'll make a video and I'll go through the results with you guys. But I'm dreading it slightly, just in case I have some kind of like 15% Pakistani in me somewhere. I highly doubt it, but the fear is there, the fear is real, so yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. As always, let me know what you think in the comments. Carpe diem, and I shall see you in a bit. Cheers.